Hi everyone! We're on the verge of a new release of XR tools, so I wanted to look at some aspects that are changing. Today we'll have a look at the player's hands interacting with the world around us. Before we get into the changes, let's go down memory lane and have a look at what XR Tools currently offers. This is my XR Tools tutorial project that I've recently migrated to Godot 4.3. You'll find links in the description if you want to have a look at the source or try the project out yourself. XR Tools has basic hand interactions where you can pick objects up that are then paired to the hand. While there is some interaction between the held object and other objects, you are able to clip through many things in the environment. The gun in the tutorial combines a lot of different techniques available in XR Tools that all work together. Magazines can be loaded by attaching them to a hidden snap zone, and pulling the slide back works with an invisible object paired to the gun that can be picked up. Finally, this example project has a fully functional bow and arrow. Again, different components of XR Tools are used together to allow us to place an arrow on the bow, pull back, and shoot the arrow. With both the bow and gun, they only interact with the environment when the player hasn't picked them up. Once the player picks up the items, they will clip through a lot of geometry, which can be problematic, especially when the user lets go of the item while it's already colliding. So, in part thanks to Kronos, through the OpenXR Godot integration project, they have allowed us to spend time on trying out various improvements. They are not sponsoring this video, but I definitely wanted to give a shout out for them supporting the work I'm showcasing here. First, we can see that the clipping issue has been resolved. The transparent blue hand shows the actual track location, while we can see that the player's hand properly collides with the table. The same applies when an object is picked up. The object now collides with the environment and prevents us from clipping through geometry. We've also added a weight simulation. The heavier the object that we pick up, the more difficult it is to lift. Picking up items with both hands will lighten this load. Finally, let's look ahead to the future. For the past year, I've been working on a successor to XR Tools that uses various newer techniques. It's far from reaching feature parity with the original XR Tools, so it will take a while before this version gets a stable release, but I wanted to give a sneak peek here. This is running Godot 4.4, with the new Jolt physics engine integration and a new hand simulation that makes far more use of the physics engine than before. There are still a number of issues to resolve, but it's already showing some really cool improvements. Here I'm picking up objects using the grab function on the hands, but even when I let the object go, they will properly balance on my hands. These are normal Godot rigid body objects. XR 2 no longer requires you to inherit from special scenes. The weight simulation here works more natural as well. Optical hand tracking is supported as well. Here I'm showing manipulating objects purely by pressure. This is possible both with controller and hand tracking, but it's more fun to show with hand tracking. I can even pick up the larger cube while balancing the smaller cube on top. Weight again is taken into account here as well. The gun doesn't have all the features yet from the old demo. It is now fully utilizing the physics engine, however. I can manipulate the slide both by applying pressure and using the grab function to grab hold of it. While the grab points are XR decorations, the gun does not use any specific XR functionality. We haven't worked on hand posing yet, that will come in the near future. The punching bag is another example where we're interacting with a normal physics setup. The bag is nothing more than a capsule-shaped rigid body hanging from a pin joint. I can punch it and push it around. I can also grab hold of it and manipulate it that way. Finally, we have this dummy that is set up with ragdoll physics. The model used here is the Mannequini model made available by GD Quest. The moment I grab it, the ragdoll is activated. At this point, I can manhandle it by grabbing various parts of the dummy. That's all I want to show today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. That would greatly help me. I'm planning on doing more videos on the new functionality we are building in the near future. If you don't want to miss those, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you next time.